Benjamin, a man with a singular passion, lived in the heart of New York City. His passion was hats. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through a bustling street market near Central Park, his eyes locked onto a particular fedora. It was a handsome hat, and he knew he had to have it. "I'll take it," he told the vendor, handing over the cash. "I can put it in a bag for you," the woman offered. "No, that's all right," Benjamin replied with a smile. "I'll wear it now. You can put my old one in the bag, please." He arrived home beaming. "Olivia, my dear," he called to his wife, "what do you think of my new hat?" Olivia looked at him, then at the hat. In her mind, she thought it was rather silly, but she simply said, "Benjamin, why do you need another one? You already have 20 hats." "I just love hats," he said with a shrug, "and I especially love this one." From their window, Olivia could see people on the street below pointing and chuckling at her husband's new headwear. She sighed. Something had to be done. 2 days later, Olivia took the hat to a second-hand clothing store that specialized in vintage items. The shopkeeper, a man with a keen eye for fashion, gladly purchased the fedora. That evening, Benjamin was in a panic. "I can't find my hat, Olivia," he exclaimed, searching every single room of their apartment. Olivia feigned a look of concern. "Oh, dear. Well, don't worry, Benjamin," she said, a small smile playing on her lips. "I can buy you a new one. Let's go shopping tomorrow." 3 days passed. A young woman named Chloe, a university student visiting from the West Coast, stumbled upon the hat in the vintage shop. "I absolutely love this," she thought, her face lighting up. "It just needs a little something, maybe some flowers." A week later, Chloe flew back home to her coastal town in California. That weekend, she wore her newly adorned hat to a small cafe by the harbor. A young man named Ethan was sitting at a nearby table. He couldn't help notice the charming hat. "I wonder who's under that hat," Ethan mused to himself. Just then, Chloe looked up and their eyes met. "Hi," Ethan said, walking over. "I have to say I love your hat." "Thank you," Chloe replied, smiling warmly. "I'm Ethan." "I'm Chloe," she said. She felt an instant connection. Maybe this is a lucky hat, she thought. Ethan joined her, and they spent hours talking about everything from books to movies. Chloe told him about her trip to New York. "It's a wonderful place for hats," she said with a laugh. "A beautiful hat for a beautiful girl," Ethan replied smoothly. "Thank you," she blushed. "Would you like to go to the movies with me tomorrow?" he asked. "Okay," Chloe agreed. "Why not?" Suddenly, a powerful gust of wind from the ocean lifted the hat right off Chloe's head. "My hat!" she cried out. They watched helplessly as it sailed out over the water, landing with a soft splash before drifting away. "It's okay," Ethan said reassuringly. "Can I buy you a new one? Do you know a good store around here?" "Yes, I do," Chloe said, her disappointment fading as she smiled at him. Early the next morning, on a stretch of beach not far from the cafe, a man named Leo was sleeping beside his dog, Buddy. Leo had no home and very little money. Each day, he played his guitar on the street corners, hoping for the kindness of strangers. As the sun rose, he saw something washed up on the sand. "Look, Buddy," he said, pointing. "A hat! Go get it, boy!" Buddy happily retrieved the damp fedora. That morning, as Leo played his guitar, he used the hat to collect donations. To his surprise, many people stopped to listen, and by noon, the hat was filled with more money than he usually made in a week. "Look at all this, Buddy," Leo exclaimed. "This must be a lucky hat. We can eat well today and tomorrow." That night, as Leo and Buddy slept on the beach, a shadowy figure approached. His name was Victor. He saw the sleeping man, the dog, and the hat. A greedy smile spread across his face. "That's a fine hat," he thought. He crept silently across the sand, snatched the hat, and disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, Leo woke up and immediately noticed it was gone. "Buddy, where's my lucky hat?" he asked sadly. Later that night, Victor walked into a downtown convenience store, pulling the hat low over his eyes. He was holding a gun. "What do you want?" the terrified woman at the counter asked. "Give me the money," Victor demanded, quickly. She handed over the cash from the register and Victor fled. The woman immediately called the police. "He was tall and thin," she reported, "and he was wearing a green and yellow hat." A short while later, 2 police officers on patrol spotted a man matching the description. "Look, he's wearing a green and yellow hat," one officer said to his partner. "And he's tall and thin," the other replied. "That's our guy." Victor saw them at the same moment. He started to run. "It's this stupid hat," he thought in a panic. "It's not lucky at all." He ripped the hat from his head and threw it into the street. The hat soared through the air and landed perfectly inside the open window of a passing taxi. The passenger, a young woman named Sophia, let out a laugh. "Well, that's lucky. I can definitely wear this." The taxi pulled up to the curb at JFK Airport. "Are you going on vacation?" the driver asked. "No," Sophia answered. "I'm going home." A day later, Sophia was back in New York City, walking through the familiar streets. "It's a beautiful city," she thought, "and it's my city." Suddenly, a man stopped in his tracks and stared at her. Sophia noticed his gaze fixed on her new hat. "Do you like hats?" Sophia asked him with a friendly smile. "I love hats," Benjamin replied, his eyes wide with recognition.